Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the FNB Women's Super League highlight show. My name is Emmanuel Inkara, as always, and I'm still alone. We are still looking for two co-hosts. So please go to Mass TV on all social media platforms. The call out is there. Please apply so you can come on the show and talk things all women's football. So let's get into it now. It's the business end of the season at the top of the table. And as you might know or may know already, at the bottom of the table. Here are the results for round 16 on your screen. And at the top there, we have Desert Foxes defeated 5-0 by Jalinho Athletic. We have the highlights of that game because we were in Walvis Bay over the weekend. We will talk about that a little bit later. Komas Nampo defeated 2-1 by FC Ongos. FC Ongos are reaffirming their stance to having one hand on that title. Lovisa even returning to get on the score sheet. And Gamu, Lucia, she's a left back, but she seems to be taking all the set pieces, scoring from a free kick, giving FC Ongos the win. African Stars defeating Nast Babes 4-1. Yvonne Hange with a goal and an assist. Mighty Angels were defeated 2-0 by V-Power Angels. V-Power Angels having a very good second part of the season. The striker, Jeremiah Kandhila, is a new addition to Coach Risto and his squad. She's a very sharp striker, so watch out for her. Yunnan Bokis were defeated 4-1 by Mighty Gunners, the champions. Lina Alwindu doing what she does, 2 goals. Fiola Velete with 2 goals herself. Lina Alwindu having 2 assists in that game as well. So that loss against FC Ongos has hurt them, and I think they are gunning for results from now until the end of the season. So it still will be a shootout. And lastly, Arrows Ladies defeating Windhoek City 2-0. Frida Klenki Kinda, the right back, having a good game there as well. So the game that we did have the highlights for, Jalinho Athletic defeating Desert Foxes 5-0. Here are the highlights, and we'll talk about it after you see the highlights. And those were the highlights of the game. Desert Foxes 0, Jalinho Athletic 5. Chloe Aweses adding to her goal scoring tally. That's her 4th goal of the season. Beverly as well, scoring her 4th goal all the way from right wing. She was normally playing, she started the game at left back and then she went to right back, and then she had an overlap goal, which was quite surprising. Joy Goses, the number 14, the 17-year-old. I must give a shout out to her. She had an absolutely brilliant game, as well as the captain, Shanice Deris, for me, perhaps woman of the match in that midfield, the number 8. She was absolutely orchestrating. The other scorers were the two young players coming off of the bench, Alma Jacobs and Aina Utwani. And then one of the exciting players that had a goal and an assist, Mary Jane. So shout out to her. Now, here are the words of the head coach of Jalinho Athletic, Coach Nelson Gawasep. Coach Nikki, for short, here you go.
Yeah, it's women football. So football is the ball is round, and you cannot say the team is on the log. It's in the last. You understand? Because football can turn. Because if you don't take your chances, the team that is on the log standing last can beat you anytime.
Yeah.
You understand? Because you have to take every game on a one step forward to reach your goal. Because it's a second leg, and you want to end up high as you can.
And those were the words of Coach Nikki for Jalinho Athletic Ladies. Very proud of how his team performed in the coast. So we're going to go to a break, but before, we're going to have a snippet of a prolonged interview that we had with the head coach of Desert Foxes, Coach Patrick Valeni. See you after the break. I am joined by the head coach of Desert Foxes, the team in the FNB Women's Super League, Mr. or Coach Patrick Paleni. So, what are the lessons so far in the season? What are maybe the top two lessons that you have maybe that have changed your expectation or your view of how it is in the Premier League?
Tu ons gekom het, ons het gedink miskien die is ons sal. Maar die Super League it's a bit tough. It's baie tough. Ons het baie geleer, baie lessons. Hoe om te pas, wat om te verwag, spacing, alles.
How have you been able to keep your players motivated and confident when maybe some of the results are not going your way?
Die misses is they are extremely good.
It's mentally strong.
Mentally strong. Ons sê hulle met oefeninge. Gaan en gaan geniet. Gaan en gaan geniet. Moenie worry ongeag met die results nie. Go and enjoy, and that's what they are doing.
Yeah. Just generally, what is the long-term vision for the team of Desert Foxes?
Ja, ons het al mooi project. For now, if we survive, give us 2 or 3 years. Hulle sal ons daar sien daar 1, 2, 3, 4 daarom.
100%. No, we'll keep an eye on that. It was nice to meet you again,
Thank you.
Coach. No, we'll you must show me around here in Belfast.
Yeah.
It is finally here, a way to save together. FNB WeSave account allows families, friends, and communities to save together using the FNB app, cell phone banking, online banking, or ATM deposit.
We are saving for my education. I want to study at the best university.
FNB WeSave allows 3 to 90 people to save together towards a goal.
Yes, Shiri. We are saving to prepare our homestead for our children and our grandchildren.
Everyone is able to see when a deposit or withdrawal is made and how much.
No, this year there is a big wedding coming and all of us are going to contribute to our WeSave account.
It is simple, secure, and transparent.
Our friend is retiring and we want to celebrate her and give her something special. I made my contribution at the ATM.
Different dreams, different ways to deposit, the best way to save together. Open your FNB WeSave account at an FNB branch today and experience an easier and quicker way to reach your goals together.
Welcome back to the FNB Women's Super League highlight show presented by Mass TV. And those were the words just before the break of the head coach of Desert Foxes, Coach Patrick. A good one-on-one between myself and him. He has very similar interests and taste in football, a Manchester United supporter as well. But that result against Gelinho proved fatal for him and his team. They were relegated. And it was a long journey for Desert Foxes. They must be applauded as they have a very young team. And they will live to fight another day. But let's go to now the round 17 results that will pop out onto your screen. And here they are, starting with Desert Foxes defeated by FC Ongos 4-0. That looks like a tough result from the top of the table team against the bottom of the table team, but I must give some nuances to that result after the highlights. Komas Nampol defeating Gelinho Athletic 4-1. Amukoto Cassie has been absolutely brilliant through April and May. She continues her run in that victory. African Stars drawing 1-1 against V Power Angels, a great result away for V Power Angels. Mighty Angels defeating Nas Babes 2-1. Then UNAM Bookies drawing 1-1 against Windhoek City. And then perhaps we saw that V Power defeating Might or UNAM Bookies was a big upset. This result, Arrows Ladies drawing 1-1 versus NDF Mighty Gunners Ladies, the champions, has absolutely turned the table into the favor of FC Ongos. We said it was going to be a shootout, and when I saw this result personally, I was absolutely shocked. So a great result for Arrows Ladies to throw a spanner in the works. But let us now get to the highlight of the game, Desert Foxes versus FC Ongos. Here they are. And those were the highlights of the game, Desert Foxes versus FC Ongos, ending 4-0. A goal from Yvonne Koper, getting her goal score tally to 11 goals of the season. And essentially a new signing for FC Ongos, Anna Shikosho. She has arrived into this team out of nowhere, and she has absolutely changed the aspect of an attacking midfielder that has very good vision, scoring 2 goals in this game with an assist. So very good game from her. And then obviously Memory Gonda getting on the score sheet from the corner, straight through from the corner. Not a lot of people are able to do that. So well done to her as well. Now, there is a nuance, and we will hear from the assistant coach from FC Ongos, but I do want to shout out to a snippet interview that we will have after the coach. The player, Rebecca Namholo, that played for FC Ongos. You saw her a little bit in the highlights. Those highlights do not give the justice to how good this player is. And let me say this, she is 15 years of age. She was playing against essentially the best backline of the league in FC Ongos. And she was dribbling the likes of Lucia Gamu. She was dribbling the likes of Julia at centre back for FC Ongos. I watched it live, and she's 15 years old. So we will hear a little bit of what she has to say in the full interview that will be dropped by Mass TV. We have the snippet on the show, but firstly, let us hear from the assistant coach of FC Ongos, Coach Amu Tu. Here's what he had to say.
Yeah, thank you so much. A tough one for a take because look, we had a plan in place. The aim was to get enough goals because look, I don't want to underestimate the team, and that's what I told the girls, that look, it's going to be very difficult for us because I've learned this team. It's a team that plays more with a low block. It's so difficult, having to play against a team that defend like that. More especially when it's a bit of girls that are still learning how to play because they can defend anything, whether it's area or it's on the ground. But otherwise, we could have capitalized in just taking shots from far. But if you looking at how it went, I mean, the goalkeeper was really alert and she was really on point. Yeah. And hence she stopped everything. Otherwise, the scoreline could have spoken differently. But look, nothing to take away. But the girls did much better for as long as we had the 3 points and the goals that we needed. Though it's not really the magic that we're looking for.
And those were the very happy words of the assistant coach of FC Ongos, Coach Amufitu. And Coach Gure is definitely also happy with the result. Now, we're going to have another break. But before that, these are the words of that player that I was talking about, the 15-year-old Desert Foxes number 12 striker, Rebecca Namholo. Here's what she had to say, and we'll see you after the break. Rebecca, thank you for joining us. So the first question I have for you is that your team was promoted into the Premier League. You are now officially a professional footballer like Awilo, like Stiga. You are also a professional footballer. What has the experience been like as a professional footballer in the Women's Premier League in Namibia?
Yeah, the experience that I had is like the games that we played with some were tough, but the team tried. We tried.
Have there been maybe one or two improvements that you see from yourself and the team?
Yes, we were conceding more goals, but now we are trying. And the goalie is really trying her best. And actually, we are also pressing. We are helping each other in the field and motivating each other.
Yeah. And then lastly, still 15 years of age, where do you see yourself at the middle or the end of your football career? Where do you think you want to get to at the top of at the peak of your career?
South Africa. Yes.
Your dream is to play in South Africa?
Yes. Just want to stay here so I can grow and then I get the scholarship somehow. Yeah.
Okay, so a scholarship and a professional football contract.
Yes.
That's very good.
It is finally here, a way to save together. FNB WeSave account allows families, friends, and communities to save together using the FNB app, cell phone banking, online banking, or ATM deposit.
We are saving for my education. I want to study at the best university.
FNB WeSave allows 3 to 90 people to save together towards a goal.
Yes, Shiri, we are saving to prepare our homestead for our children and our grandchildren.
Everyone is able to see when a deposit or withdrawal is made and how much.
No, this year there is a big wedding coming and all of us are going to contribute to our WeSave account.
It is simple, secure, and transparent.
Our friend is retiring and we want to celebrate her and give her something special. I made my contribution at the ATM.
Different dreams, different ways to deposit, the best way to save together. Open your FNB WeSave account at an FNB branch today and experience an easier and quicker way to reach your goals together.
And welcome back to the show presented by Mass TV. Now let's get into the fun stuff. Team of the month for April. Here it is. Drum roll, please, on your screen. And let us start from the goalkeeper, Zoleka. 4 clean sheets in all of her games, 4 games in April. She, in total, has had 6 clean sheets, but 4 in April. So she is definitely goalkeeper of the month. Gamu, Lucia, the left back, she was in the team before, and now she's back into the team, a goal and an assist, and she hasn't conceded in the month of April. Then Aina Erastus for Mighty Angels. 2 goals and 1 assist as a centre back in April. Now even coach Ashipala has made her into a winger. That's just how good of a development process or a development she has been displaying. So she is now a winger. But for the month of April, she was a centre back. She gets into the team. Julia, a goal and not conceding in the month of April. She gets into the team. Frida Klenki Kinder, 2 assists from Arrows. And remember, Arrows were not defeated in the month of April. So Coach Nakali is building something there. On the left wing, we have to put perhaps the best 15-year-old, Hope Silusava, scoring 3 goals and 1 assist for Arrows ladies. Then on the left wing, Yvonne Kuipert. What can you say that you haven't already said about Yvonne Chaka Chaka Kuipert? 4 goals, 3 assists, 2 Women of the Match performances alone in the month of April. She takes the right wing. In the midfield, we have Pe Ne Hafo from Mighty Angels. 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 Woman of the Match performance. And she has continued that reign into May as well. Then up top, attacking midfield, we have Kasi Amukoto. This is now where she, in the beginning of the season, she wasn't really present. She went to the Brave Gladiators performance in or event in South Africa for the Kasafa. She has now come back and now she has switched on. 4 goals, 1 assist, and 2 Women of the Match performances for her in the month of April. We now go to the strikers. We have 2 Mighty Gunners players, Viola Velete scoring 4 goals in the month of April. She gets into the squad. Of course, she likes to play on the left side, but she has played striker before. And then, of course, player of the month of April is Lina Alwendu. Let me make sure that I read the stats here cleanly. 7 goals in April, 3 goals, 3 assists, in April, and 3 Women of the Match performances, all in the month of April. 7 goals, 3 assists, 3 Women of the Match performances. Well done to Lina Alwendo for winning Player of the Month again. Coach Gure for FC Ongos is the coach of the month. Did not concede 1 goal in the whole month and is unbeaten. And also defeated the champions, by the way. And then most of the bench players, the bench goalkeeper of Yunnan Bokis, Lurencia, Tangi, the left back for Yunnan Bokis, and Hanavi for Yunnan Bokis, making the bench. And shout out to Miss Adams of Komas Nampo for being the substitute striker. That is the team of the month for the month of April. Now, let us get to what I started the show with, the business end of the FNB Women's Super League. 5 games left, ladies and gentlemen. A few teams have games in hand. That's more or less just Jalino and Nast. And that really might determine what happens at the bottom of the table. But here is the table on your screen right now. And all focus goes to the top. FC Ongos have 40 points. And that draw from Arrows Ladies throwing or spearing an arrow into the hearts of Mighty Gunners supporters. Mighty Gunners are now 3 points adrift at the top of the table. Unampokis and Kumas Nampol, maybe along with African Stars, can get involved to try and fight for that third place. And then looking at the bottom of the table, it's still very interesting between Jalinho Athletic and Nust Babes. And of course, we know that Desert Foxes have unfortunately been relegated. But well done to them. They are essentially a development team. The interview with Coach Patrick will express more of what his expectations were. Go to Mass TV for that interview. But that is the log table with 5 games left. Now, here are the upcoming fixtures, and we will announce which games we will be streaming live, because now it is the business end of the FNB Women's Super League, and everybody wants to know what is going to happen. And that's all from us in this week's show. It's getting really tight at the top of the table, and still one team, Nust Babes or Jalinho, will get involved at the bottom of the table. But yes, that's all from me, Emmanuel Inkara. Make sure to go to Mass TV, follow Mass TV. And if you want to join me talking about all things women's football in the FNB Women's Super League, please apply for the call out that we have to join us here in the show. But that's all for me. We'll see you at the games. Cheers for now.